sighting in with Shooting USA. Firearms news and information for America's hunters and sport shooters.
In the past, we've taken you inside the factories, creating the intricate camo patterns on your rifles and shotguns. It is an expensive and involved process. Well, John has an alternative method to get that camo look on the cheap.
This Ruger 1022 rifle I've been working on this season has really come together into a functional utility rifle. Now, with squirrel season fast approaching, I want to address this rifle's visibility when it's out in the woods. So today I'm going to do a spray paint camo paint job. Now, the key to a project like that is prep work. What I want to do first is separate the barreled action from the stock. Now, the main reason for that is this stock is all plastic and this barreled action is all metal of one type or another. Well, first, the prep work on that stock. Now, I spoke to the guys at Blackhawk Axiom to ask them about how best to get paint to stick to this plastic, and their answer was an interesting one. It's to burnish the surface of the plastic with a propane torch. This will help the surface to become porous and give the paint a tooth to adhere to. There is a fine line between burnishing the surface and melting the plastic, so keep the flame moving. The burnishing will also eliminate any stray oils on the plastic. The stock's going to take a few minutes to cool, so let's go ahead and work on the barreled action. The prep work here is a lot more time-consuming and involved, but remember, this is critical to the success of the job. Spending a few minutes now will save hours if we get paint in any of the moving parts of the action, or worse, the optic. With quality painter's tape, mask off all of the action and trigger, as well as the ejection port and the bolt. Also, a piece of foam earplug makes a great way to protect the inside of the barrel. Well, the lenses of the optic are a no-brainer. Now, this windage and elevation caps, those can get painted, but this magnification ring must be protected. If any paint gets in the grooves here or here, this ring could seize up. Well, the last bit of prep work here is to wipe down all these metal surfaces with a degreaser to make sure the paint has a clean surface to stick to. Now, I'm going to be mimicking the pattern in this scope coat cover. Now, the trick with this is to select the lighter colors first, and I've chosen this tan because it matches that color pretty well, and it also matches the ground color in the woods I'm going to be hunting. Building out from that base layer color, we come into this coffee colored splotch here. Well, I'm going to go with an OD green instead of that coffee color because it's more like the woods that I hunt. I've made a couple of patterns out of a manila folder and some of the painter's tape. I like the manila folder material because it's flexible, but cardboard would work just as well. And I've torn the painter's tape in long strips to make the edges random. Spray the color on lightly to make sure no runs occur, and allow the misting effect to add to the pattern. The darkest color goes on last and in small pieces. A little of this will go a long way in the camouflage effect. Well, once everything's had plenty of time to dry, just unmask it and reassemble. Now, there may be the need to come through with a small paintbrush and some additional color in places, but I think as a whole, we've done really well. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind with this painted rifle. Bore cleaner will cut right through this finish, so at cleaning time, be conservative. And this finish is not going to last forever, even if you take the best care of it, but repainting it is easy.
Thanks, John. Well, next today, we start the countdown of our all-time best Hollywood gunfights.
Shooting USA.